I don't know how this has turned out because I've had a lot of technical problems. But if it's a bit of a mess, then I'm sorry. It's my phone and I'm going to get a new one soon. Hi everyone, me again. I know, I'm doing more of these. How are you? How are you today? Who, me? I'm doing wonderful, thanks for asking. So I've kind of tried to address the problem of the sound because my phone is really rubbish, so it doesn't record it very loudly. And that is an issue. Background noise was too loud. It's really irritating. It's really bothering me. So today I'll be filming with this, so you have to bear with me while I talk into this. I've ordered a microphone, so fingers crossed. So today I'm doing my top 5 horror movies. More like franchises. Same thing, I don't care. So this one was requested by my sister. I did already have it on my list to do, but bumped it up a little bit just for you. You're welcome. I'm the best. This is your spoiler alert. And it's also a trigger warning, to be honest, because it's horrors. So I'm going to be giving away the endings. And also I'm probably going to be talking about some gory, gruesome things. I probably won't go into too much detail, but if you're easily, this one won't be for everyone. If you like horror, then this will be alright for you, but I won't be offended if you choose not to watch this one. Number 5, Hereditary and Midsommar. So I put these two together because they're from the mind of the same person. I heard that Hereditary was like one of the most terrifying films ever made, or something along those lines. But I don't find it scary, it's just more disturbing. How people can get tangled up in these kind of cults. And, like, some of the stuff that happens in these films are just, you're just like on the edge of your seat, uncomfortable. Now I have a bone to pick with not just this guy, but horror writers in general that like to write things for daytime. Creepy stuff happens at night, please, can we leave it at that? I already can't walk down my hallway at night time because I feel like something's going to run up the stairs and grab me. Please don't let me feel like that in the daytime. Also because I can only watch horror movies in the daytime. If it's going to end after the sun goes down, I can't watch it. I don't know why I do it to myself, to be honest. Anyway, back to the films. There's a lot of disturbing things that happen, but I think my top one has to be in Hereditary when Toni Collette's character is like swimming through the air in the darkness. Because she's just like in the background, up in the ceiling, like I don't know what that noise was, but she's up there doing that. And then suddenly she's like just in the background, just doing a little breaststroke through the air. And I don't like it. Also, when the little girl gets her head like sliced off. It just happened so quick. Like, poor girl. The places that these people have to go in, like, their emotional vulnerability to play these characters and the kind of loss that they go through, it's unbelievable how they do it. Toni Collette, Nat Wolff, I think it's Nat Wolff, it could be Alex Wolff, one of the Wolffs, and Florence. Florence, I love her. They're all just so unbelievably raw in these films. It leaves me in awe. They're so raw, it leaves me in awe. I'm a poet and I probably shouldn't be. The one thing I do have about these films is there's a lot of naked people. Everyone's a little bit naked. Midsommar I can kind of understand because it's part of the culture of the people that they go to visit, and it's part of the rituals and everything. In Hereditary, I think it's there for the sake of being there. The kind of shock factor, because like suddenly this dude comes out and I'm like, oh, hello, sir. Are you gonna stay? Yeah, okay, this is happening. Right. Oh, everybody's naked now. Wonderful. We love that. Okay. And then it goes on for a little bit too long, and I don't really know where to look, if I'm honest. Um, I'm a really awkward person, so I just find it a bit like, because there was no kind of explanation for why they were naked. But you know what? They're living their lives the way that they want, and you know I applaud that, even if they do some weird stuff in their little cult. But they are very well made films, and they give you a lot to think about. Number 4. Ooh. Oh. Sounded like Tiny Tim. Tiptoe through the window. At number 4, Insidious. I've seen all 4 of them. I know I have. I don't think I paid attention to the last one, so I probably won't be reviewing that one. I probably should have watched it again before I did this, but, you know, I didn't. Simple as that. But I've definitely seen the first 3 quite a few times. So we can discuss those and just, you can make your mind up whether you want to watch the last one. Because I know I need to. Patrick Wilson. Ugh. What a legend. The horror king, I will say. King Patrick Wilson of the horror genre. Yes, please. It's the switch between Josh and like the demon lady that's been chasing him his whole life, and I think I prefer his performance in the second one because he does have, he's got the devil in him, does Josh. Why am I such an old lady? I think my personal favourite bit is the little boy where he dances tiptoeing the tulips when she goes to put the bins out. She's just like, just minding her business, putting the bins out during the day. Again, daytime, no thanks. And then he's just there like, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. And then he like runs across. You think it's safe. And then he just giggles. I like how they tied it all together. Like with the third one is like, it happens before the first 2, I'm pretty sure. And then I think the fourth one is mostly about Elise. So you think from the first film that it's going to be about this family, which it is for the first 2, but it turns out that it's about the creepy medium lady. So I like that little twist. I remember one time when I watched the second one with my friends, the woman in white, she's like walking around the house and she's singing. Is she singing "Row, row, row your boat"? And then she like goes to comfort the child, because the baby's like screaming. And then she like screams at the baby. Rose Byrne's like downstairs, and then suddenly the lady pops up and screams in her face and gives her a right slap, and she and we had to pause it and turn it off. Number 3, Sinister. I've only seen the second one once, but that first one is quality. What I love about it is how pure this box of movies seems, like, because they're all labelled like home movies, like hanging out with the family, and then when you actually watch that film, the family are getting hung on the massive tree in the garden. It's an upbeat film, you know. I think my personal favourite from like the Super 8 movies is the lawnmower one. This little girl, she's like tiny. She's so cute. And like, you get it from the point of view of like mowing the lawn, so you can't see her. And all you see is just like a circle of light and just mowing the lawn. And you're like, oh, this is fine, this is fine. And then suddenly there's just blood everywhere because she's run over her family. I was flabbergasted, honestly. And I said some rude things to the creepy kids in this film. Through the screen, not to them in real life, obviously. Especially Stephanie. Stephanie, she's a sneaky little one. She pops up out of nowhere, and I said a very rude word to her. And the ghost supernatural thing, I don't know what he is, but he's called the Bagul. And when I first watched that film, that was the funniest thing to me. Because, like, he's creepy, yeah, but he's got a silly name. Bagul. I found with the second one that they tried a bit too hard to put the Super 8 films into the story. So you've got all these creepy ghost kids trying to recruit the woman's kids by making them watch these films of how they did it to their family. But there was one. It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I know it's not real, but it still haunts me. I won't go into too much detail, but there's rats on people's stomachs. They put like a colander thing or like a pan on top of them. They heat it up. They put like hot coals on it. So the rats start to panic and they literally eat their way out of the people. The second one is still good, but it tries too hard to recreate the first one. But then a kid kills their family in a really gruesome way and you're like, oh, you know what, this is fine. Number 2, The Conjuring. This is The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home, and The Nun. I think that's all of them. That's all the ones that I've seen, at least. I think that's enough. I loved these ones. I didn't think I would, because Annabelle is really creepy. And I don't like dolls. I mean, not as much as my sister doesn't like dolls, because that's really funny. And, again, Patrick Wilson, legend, king of horror. I think my personal favourite is Annabelle Creation, because that one is freaky. I think the bits that freaked me out the most in that one were the stair lift. Oh my god, where she's like going down the stair lift really frantically, like, oh my god, it's going to get me. And it stops and it takes over the stair lift, brings her back up, and then suddenly she's thrown up into the air and then like down like a flight of stairs. Oh my god, that poor girl, you know, as if she wasn't going through enough with the polio. And then she gets possessed by Annabelle. So, you know, I think overall in these films they are acted very well. Apart from one, which is The Conjuring 2, which is mostly based in Enfield, I think it is. And for some reason, they cast all American actors. Well, I don't know if they were American. They weren't English. And they can't do an English accent. The way they were pronouncing stuff was just so cringe. And I just couldn't help but laugh. And I felt like it really took away from something that could have been a very, very, very scary film. Because there are bits in it that just, freak me out. The old man in the chair, no thanks. Go away. It's not your house anymore. What freaks me out, right, is the based on a true story. No thanks. I know that these things don't exist, or I'm pretty sure that they don't exist, but it doesn't stop me being scared of them. And they also included like the real tape of the Conjuring 2 story thing, with like the interview with the little girl that's been possessed by the old man. Oh, no thanks. I'm very excited for the third Conjuring. I'm ready for it. Not ready enough to see it in the cinema because that's a bit dark and a bit loud, but I'll be ready when it comes out on DVD. Number 1, It. I've tried to read the book, but the book is big. Like, look how big this book is. It's got 1,000 pages. Who's got the time? Me. I've had a lot of time. If you know me, I don't read. I'm not a ready person. For some reason, I'm obsessed with this one. And I don't know why. Now, I prefer the new ones to I think it was 90s, the Tim Curry ones. I do like the old one. It is very good. And Tim Curry, what a god. He just a legend. You'll see a trend. I'm not really a fan of old films and TV. I've established over the last couple of days that it's the style of acting. Acting has kind of progressed in that time. Back then is more, I'm showing you how I'm feeling, but I'm not really feeling it myself. I'm just kind of saying these lines. Occasionally, you'll get an actor that will really speak to you. And if there is one of those actors in a film surrounded by all the actors that aren't really doing anything, then I can kind of deal with it because it's being carried by that one person. But the new ones, everyone is just mwah. Bill Skarsgård is an absolute legend. Who gave him the right to be that good? Like, I'm sure the makeup and stuff helps, but that is all him. He brings like an emotional vulnerability to the character as well, because I feel a bit sorry for him at some points, like especially where they have to say loads of mean things to him, but then he also like eats children, so swings and roundabouts really, isn't it? And the kids, where did they find these kids? I feel like child actors these days are so good. Like, the ones in this film, they're gonna go far. And then the actors that have to play the adult versions of the kids do it perfectly, especially James McAvoy, when he has to do Bill's stutter. He gets it exactly the same. And I think these films are just so well made. Everyone involved has just worked so hard to make those films link so well. And I think they are masterpieces. So that's my top 5 horror movies / franchises. Kind of cheated with that, but what could I do? As always, chuck me a message, drop me a comment if you've got any requests, and I will get them done ASAP. I got some time off, so I'm going to try and film loads this week. Thanks again to everyone that has subscribed and liked my videos, and people that have sent me messages privately. Thank you so much. Your support means a lot. I didn't think that I would get the support that I did from this. Quite a few people that I haven't spoken to in a long time, so it was lovely to hear from you. Thanks for watching, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm so sorry.